Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I have a new cigar review for you, and this one is the Boxer Limited Edition. Alright, this is a aged premium cigar from Bobalu, which is a cigar company out in Austin, Texas. They have a plethora of different cigars. This is one of their brands. I got a couple from them I'm going to be trying. This is the first one I want to try in the series. But basically, this is commemorating, I believe, maybe the owner's dog, Nellie, who was diagnosed with cancer. Very limited run. These are $12.95 each, and I think $79.95 for a box of 10. Comes in a really nice presentation box, but I just have this one here. So it's got a footband on there. Footband just says the Boxer Extra Aged. So this have aged tobacco in it, which I'll talk about in a second. Sumatran wrapper. I think it's an Ecuadorian Sumatran. But anyway, we're going to take the footband off, and it just slides right off. Give it a little sniff. Smells good. Just smells real rich. Had this in the humidor. Perfect little consistency. A little bit of sponginess on there. I'm going to use the punch cutter, which I love. This is the old Calibri one. I got this from a viewer, and this is my go-to punch. This is an amazing punch. Love it. So I'm going to get this going. I took some notes here to give you some more information on this cigar. Perfect little punch there. So the wrapper is an Ecuadorian Sumatran. The binder is Cuban seed Dominican, and the filler is 5-year-old Dominican aged tobacco. But once these are produced, after production has a minimum of 18 months additional aging. Okay, so it should be a real rich, deep flavor on this one, but we will see. Now today is actually tax day. I got my stuff in late, and I went to talk to the accountant today, and the accountant let me know what I owe in taxes, and I need a cigar. I want to relax. I want to have a nice relaxing time now that I have that information. So that's why I'm doing this review for you guys. So lighter's still kicking. My Mr. Broggs lighter. So let's get this toasted up, and we'll start smoking it. That room note is really nice. It smells kind of sweet. Stay away, squirrels. I see you out there. Walk around the lawn. If you don't know, I love animals. I love squirrels, but not my local ones that like to live in my attic and my ceiling. Alright, so we're all toasted, ready to go. Really light draw. I mean, not a light draw in that I'm not getting any smoke output. Really easy draw. I mean, it takes no effort at all to get that smoke pluming in your mouth. That is really, really nice. The vast majority of cigars that I smoke end up having a really, the best word to describe it would be raw. It has a really just spicy, raw flavor upon the initial light, you know, just like powerhouse in the mouth. I mean, I tend to smoke stronger cigars anyway, but this one is just really, really smooth right out of the gate. I have like the tiniest bit of tingle on the inside of the lips, but just really, really smooth. That's really nice. Just kind of earthy. A little bit of wood on there. And that's about it. Nothing else so far. I mean, there's no coffee or any kind of crazy flavors or anything. There's just a very light natural sweetness to it, which is nice. But just straight up good quality tobacco. So yeah, I'm gonna just enjoy this, kick back, think about taxes, which we all love to do, and I'll get back with you, maybe to show you how the ash is holding up. I know a lot of people want to see that as well, or if something changes with the flavor. So other than that, shut the camera off and enjoy this. Hey guys. Alright, so I'm about a little less than 20 minutes in. See the burn here. It's not razor sharp. It's canoeing just a little on one side, but we'll see if it self-corrects. I forgot to mention though, I realized that I didn't give you the dimensions. This one is a 52 by 6 inch Toro. Alright, so 52 ring gauge, 6 inches long. Flavor hasn't changed at all. The only thing that's really changed is a little bit of spice, towards the back end. When you're drawing on the cigar completely smooth, you don't feel anything, once you blow the smoke out. Kind of taste what's going on in your mouth, and you get that little bit of subtle spice kind of towards the back of the tongue. But really nice, very pleasant. I like it. Still a decent amount of smoke output. And again, same thing, super smooth. And right, when you're done and you kind of taste your mouth, you get just that little bit of spiciness. Now, there's no real distinct flavor though. I'm not tasting like cinnamon spicy or like black pepper spicy. There's no flavor there. It's just a sensation of like a tingle. So yeah, I mean, thus far, if I had to guess, because I don't know offhand, it's probably like a medium-bodied cigar. I'm not feeling like a big powerhouse here, but it's definitely not mild. It's somewhere in between. So yeah, just keep puffing on this thing. I just want to show you that burn before the ash ends up falling, probably on my lap, and give you the size because I forgot to in the intro. Really nice stick. So like I said, I'll get back to you guys in a little bit if anything changes. So. Alright guys, it's been about a little less than 10 minutes since my last update. Just want to show you this though. The ash is holding on fairly long, and it looks like it's starting to correct itself a little bit with that burn. Now the reason, if you're not into cigars and maybe just watching this video out of curiosity, or if you don't know, the reason why people look for this and look for an ash that's holding on for a long duration of time is because it kind of gives a little bit of a story on what's inside. Okay, this is obviously a premium cigar, so it has long filler tobacco inside, meaning that it's a bunch of leaves rolled up, okay, as opposed to a bunch of chopped stuff. Normally, I would say the vast majority of the time, if not all the time, a lesser quality cigar has chopped tobacco inside as opposed to rolled leaves. So when you have chopped tobacco, it's not going to hold on like this. It has no stability. So as you're smoking it, it starts flaking off, falling off. That's why looking at the ash, the color of the ash, how long it holds on before it falls off, all that kind of stuff is a little bit of a story as to the build quality. Oop, battery died there. So anyway, what I was talking about was this ash. When the ash holds on for a long time in a cigar, it just has a really good construction. That's all. So anyway, still enjoying it here. Flavor didn't change at all. Just amazed at how long this ash is holding up. So anyway, I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Damn guys, all over my shirt and pants. I pushed it. I was hoping it would hold on just long enough so I can show you the thing. Look, it's almost the first third. It looks like it is the first third. It's huge. Had it been at least 2 inches. I took one last puff before I hit record and all over my pants and my shirt. Oh well. So, give you a little update here. Well, let's take a little puff on it first. And by the way, everyone enjoys cigars differently. People smoke differently, just like a pipe. People have their rituals. When I smoke a cigar, I tend to do a half puff, then a full puff. Okay, so I get a full mouthful of smoke, full flavor. So essentially what I'm saying is that some people may take a cigar and just take one draw like this. And that's it. But what I do is I do a little half draw just to kind of get the smoke filled up in the body of the cigar. And then I take a full draw. I get way more smoke output, way more punch of flavor. This cigar, it's not really an issue at all because it is, relatively light pack and there's good flow throughout the whole cigar. I'm getting plenty of smoke, but sometimes when it's a real tight draw, if it's a real tight pack in there, or if there's like a stem or something, whatever the case may be, you could have tar build up towards the end, and you're barely getting any smoke. That's why I do that. It's just kind of a habit I do. So I did get one person commenting and say, well, you know, you kind of take 2 draws each time you smoke. Why is that? It's just kind of habit. Something I formed out of nowhere. No one told me to do that. Just kind of happened on its own. But anyway, as far as this cigar update goes, totally the same. Not getting any kind of flavor changes. And you guys know that, or if you watch my cigar reviews anyway, you know that I do like the variety. Variety is the spice of life. I love a cigar with transitions. If it changes flavors 10 times, awesome. Most cigars don't. You'd be lucky if it changes, you know, 2 or 3 times. I don't necessarily like single dimension cigars, like just one flavor throughout. If you are like a regular smoker, which I'm not, this is a hobby for me, so, you know, I don't smoke cigars all the time. A lot of those people, though, they do like to have one solid flavor. They find a cigar they like, and it's one flavor, it's consistent, and they're smoking them 2-3 times a week, sometimes every day. That's not me. So when I do smoke, I like the experience, and I do like the flavor changes. So this one, disappointed in my own personal wants or needs in a cigar that I'm going to enjoy, but it shouldn't take away from the fact that it is a very high quality smoke. And I think the aging that's on this tobacco, what that's doing for me is it's giving a smoother overall experience. What I mean by that is that I don't have the spiciness I would have with maybe a non-aged cigar. You know, it could be the combination of tobaccos that are being used, but I really feel like it's just the aging on there. It's just it's more rounded. All right, all good things come to an end eventually, right? It's actually getting way too hot. The flavor, I'm surprised, isn't as it's not as ashy as it usually is. Once you get down to the nub, usually it starts tasting like crap, like really bad. But that was just getting way too hot. It's starting to burn my lips. So anyway, the conclusion. The first thing I could tell you, which was a surprise, was I went to get up because it was pitch black out here, so I turned the light on. And when I stood up, I did one of those like, moments. So that being said, apparently I have a little bit of a nicotine buzz going on. It still doesn't feel quite full-bodied, maybe bordering on medium-bodied to full-bodied on the strength. As far as the flavor, though, it's very medium-bodied. You know, it's not a powerhouse of flavor, but the flavor's certainly there. It's no lightweight in the flavor department, anyway. So I really enjoyed it. Like I said, my personal wants in a cigar is to have transitions and stuff like that. Going into this one, I didn't know what to expect. But I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, this is just a straightforward, really great, high-quality tobacco flavor. Little bit of subtle sweetness, little bit of very, very subtle spice back of the tongue. And that's pretty much it. Construction was phenomenal. Never had to touch it up or relight it. In the beginning, I had a little bit of canoeing, or at least a sign of it, might canoe. But that self-corrected, it was perfect. The top kind of sped up and caught up with the rest of it burning. The ash held on really, really well. There's probably the entire cigar smoked down to the nub. There's probably only 3 or 4 chunks of ashes in the whole thing. The first one was massive and just fell all over me. So then when I got to about 1.5 inches or so, almost 2 inches, I would ash it so it wouldn't fall on me again. But so yeah, construction was awesome. Flavor's really good. Just pretty simple stick. Not very complex, but very good, very smooth. The room note was amazing. I mean, I'm outside. I'm obviously not inside here. Well, you guys can't tell, but it's a screened-in porch, so there's screens everywhere. There's wind, and the smoke coming off the cigar when it's resting is dissipating, but it still smelled amazing in here. So I really like the room note. Again, just kind of a sweet, rich tobacco, a little bit earthy, just really, really pleasant. So let's talk about price again. $12.95 for a single. It's a little pricey. I would recommend if you want to try this one and you have friends and stuff that smoke, you might want to go with the 10 pack, so they end up being a little less than $8 a piece as opposed to 13. If you don't like it, share with your friends. That's my best suggestion. Because it is very limited, that's where, again, the allure is. Limited edition cigars, people want to try them. It's specific to this company. It's not going to be available everywhere. Get them when you can. It's not something you must try. It's not like that experience, like, oh my god, you guys have to try a cigar. But it was a very well constructed, very good tasting cigar. So if you're one of those guys that have like multiple humidors, definitely worth getting a box of 10 of these while they're still around, because I don't believe they're going to produce these again. I think this is a one-time shot. So yeah, very cool. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.